Our next letter, lowercase g, is the third down curve letter. It's also our first one that has a tail that goes down to the descender line. If you look at the printed G, it's like its tail got curved back to make a connection. Here's a brief review of our cursive lines. All of our letters sit on the baseline. Our one-space letters touch the midline. Most two-space letters touch the headline, but some two-space letters go to the midline and the descender line. G is a two-space letter that goes from the midline to the descender line. A G is a down curve letter. It is made with the same round part as an A and a D and an O, but then it has a loop that goes down to the descender line. So we make the down curve starting slightly below the midline, an undercurve up to touch, and then a slant line that stays straight all the way down to the descender line, and then it makes a small curve to the left and goes back up. It crosses the line right at the baseline. So our down curve, undercurve, a slant that stays straight all the way to the bottom, a small curve to the left and up, crossing at the baseline. As you get ready to work on your lowercase g practice page, remember to have your desk area neat and cleared off with just your paper and your pencil. Remember to slant your paper to the right if you're right-handed and to the left if you're left-handed. Remember to sit up straight and tall and to print your name neatly on the lines at the top of the page. Lowercase g, if we look at our model, begins with a down curve, the undercurve goes up and touches, and then a straight slant down to the descender line, a small curve and a loop. Down curve, undercurve, slant for 2 spaces, small curve to the left, a loop, crossing at the baseline. Remember to cross at the baseline. We want our loop to be small and it to be straight. We don't want it to swing over. We want to make sure we touch the midline and the descender line, and that the letter sits on the baseline. It's time for you to complete your G practice page. Each letter, make sure, touches the baseline, midline, and descender line. Make sure your tails look very similar to each other, all straight, small loops, crossing at the baseline. As you practice, think about those things. When you do them on your own, watch for those things. If you're doing them really well, congratulate yourself. If you see big mistakes, go ahead and stop and fix it. Make sure that all of your circles of your G are closed, that none of them are open, and you will be ready to move on to connecting.